case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In a landmark 1986 case brought before the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit, defendant Paul Baker was convicted for selling counterfeit watches. At issue was whether Baker, who claimed ignorance of his actions being illegal, could be held criminally responsible under the Trademark Counterfeiting Act of 1984. The act marks a significant transition. It criminalized conduct that was once only a subject of civil penalties under the Lanham Act. Thus, for the first time, Baker or anyone involved in trafficking counterfeit goods faced the real threat of imprisonment. Baker's defense argued that he was unaware of his actions' illegality and thus should not be held criminally accountable. Baker appealed his conviction by arguing that the jury should have considered his lack of knowledge about the criminal nature of his actions. However, the court brusquely dismissed his ignorance of the law as a defense, even if the law in question was relatively novel at the time. The Court of Appeals affirmed his conviction, indicating that a defendant did not need to know that their conduct was a crime to be convicted under the statute. Fundamentally, the court ruled that to be convicted under the Trademark Counterfeiting Act, only two things were necessary: the intention to traffic counterfeit goods and the knowledge that the goods were indeed counterfeit. Whether the defendant knew his conduct was criminal was not relevant to the conviction. The case set an important precedent, citing Liparota v. United States, which established that a defendant cannot hide behind ignorance of the law to evade responsibility for his conduct. The court upheld the principle that ignorance of the law excusing no one, which continues to guide judicial decisions to date.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.